ended up crashing the SPY at market open, and when it hit 461, I locked in profits on my SPY puts for a 75% profit return. Is that the first time I did that this year, where I literally got in towards the exact top and nailed it? No, it is not. If you go back on my channel, I'm gonna leave a link down below to the previous trading series on the SPY on September 2nd, where it hit its all-time high. I bought SPY put options, ended up swing trading those, and made a 100% profit return. And if I would have just held for one more day, I would have made a 400% profit return because I had a massive gap down, but I still banked on it. So here's the deal. I'm going to walk you through the trading strategies that we are consistently using to make money within the stock market. We had 2 students today. This is our biggest day yet. We had 2 students within Trader Society. It just launched on December 8th. We had 2 students make over 5 figures in one single day. They made over 30 times the cost of what I charged to join the program. So I'm going to walk you through the trading strategies. I'm going to walk you through the trade recaps. I'm going to walk you through the updated price action analysis for SPY. When to be long biased, when to be short biased, when to buy the calls, when to buy the puts. I'm also going to share with you a couple of new stocks on my radar where I'm interested in potentially buying that can be very explosive returns. I'm going to share with you another stock on my radar that I'm expecting to have a massive pullback in when to buy the put options. So make sure you stay to the end of this video, guys, because I'm telling you, these small cap stocks that I'm covering, they have very liquid option chains, and one of them is on track to explode, and one of them is on track to get absolutely crushed. There's going to be some phenomenal new money making opportunities. So let's get right into the analysis. So first things first, this is the chat room within Trader Society, and I'm going to show you, these are the real-time trade alerts. Every single day at market open, they get to watch me trade live, and they get to ask questions live on the spot with my real-time stock analysis, right? So as you can see right here, this is the alert on the SPY put options right here. I bought the SPY put option, slightly out of money strike, the 467 strike on December 8th. It expires December 17th, and I bought the contracts at 515. Those hit, I think, nearly $10 today. In terms of when did I sell them, here's the sell alert right here. I ended up locking in my profits, as you can see right here, at $9 a contract, making a 75% return. That was posted at 1:09 p.m. And then here's another big trade. This is a new trade that I entered. We're going to be going over this as well. We're going to be walking you through the education, walking you through the price action. Stick with me. Make sure you stay to the end. As you can see right here, at 9:52 a.m., I bought OCGN put options December 23rd, $5 strike. At the time, these were slightly out of the money. The price, I think, was at like 504. I bought them at 34 cents. Those put options are now up 58 cents. That's where they topped out. Right now, they're at like 40 something cents, right? They're absolutely printing. I'm going to hang on to those. And this is where it gets crazy. Look at this. The same guy, this is where it gets absolutely ridiculous, guys. The same guy right here who made $11,000 on the SPY put options. He made 3K yesterday, held the rest overnight, made 8K today. He ended up buying the SPY. He ended up buying the OCGN puts this morning on the live trading stream where we alerted this as well. And he said, man, I'm already up 23%. He's already up another $900. Now he's up even more. It's more like $1,200 now. And he said, you should raise the price to your program. And then we were talking, and he really wants to help grow this big. He's going to try to get some of his friends in and really contribute to the program. And then this is where it gets even more crazy. This is our first analyst, right? So we're a small group, and I've been DMing members. We've been contacting them. We've been making sure they're getting the right education. They're getting in. They're getting out where they're supposed to. We're really helping these people out. I've known this guy, so he goes under the name of Mr. Alerts. Eventually, as people start to warm up to him, he's going to reveal like his identity and show his face and stuff like that. But right now, he's going under Mr. Alerts. He's the only analyst that we have within the program, right? So besides me, and he's been a good friend of mine for a very, very long time. And his expertise is in call options. He'll typically make one amazing trade per week, sometimes like 2 to 3 trades. But let me show you. This is his first trade he made within the program. Yesterday at 3:39 p.m., he bought BAC 46 strike call options at 12:31 expiration at 24 cents. Those call options, you can see right here, he held them overnight. Those call options ended up exploding. And at 10:10 a.m., literally towards the exact top, he sold those at 54 cents, making a 121% profit return. He made a $1,200 profit on those. And we had a student, this guy just joined. I was talking to him via direct message. The only way to reach out to me is within the Discord chat room. There's no social media. There's no other way. I focus on, the people who believe in me, the people who are here to get results, people who take this seriously. This guy, he's a river pilot for a living. He makes over 300 grand. He's going to have a lot of people join the program here soon. He made over $12,820 on the BAC co-options. He said, these guys are the truth. Holy shit. Absolutely phenomenal play on BAC. We had so many people do very, very well on BAC and also on SPY. In terms of, BAC, Mr. Alerts made a $1,200 profit on that. We had a person make nearly $500 on the BAC calls. And then we had another person make over $3,200, 91% on the BAC calls. So yeah, I'm going to be breaking down these trades. We're going to be walking you through all of the price action analysis. If you do want to get in on Trader Society, it's the first link in the description. Within the program, you will learn how to trade. You will get access to the education, the video lesson library. You will get access to the real-time trade alerts, the chat room, the live trading streams at Market Open every single day where you get to watch us trade live. There's so much more to it. If you want to learn more about it, it's the first link below within the description. Now, let's get into the education. So in terms of the education on SPY, let's quickly recap the trade. So in terms of this gap fill reversal strategy, what I like to do is, combine the theory of buying low and selling high. Now use that with gaps that are waiting to fill. So right here, where would you sell SPY? Where's like a high sell on SPY? Right here towards the all-time highs. It's got some very nice pullbacks from 470s all the way down to 450s, and it recently just shot back up. So it's due for some sort of pullback before it continues to rip for a new all-time high, right? Because it had an overreaction. So I noticed that the highest gap to fill above was at 469.44, and then right here on December 8th, I noticed there was some resistance forming at that level. So I said, okay, I'm going to give myself plenty of time because it's going to take some time for SPY to crash, right? And that's what I did. I went with the December 17th contracts, gave myself plenty of time. And I noticed that we have seen several fake outs. If you look, and I explained this in my video yesterday, when a stock, is just sitting towards the highs, towards that gap fill level, it's due for reversal as it's pulling back. And all SPY was doing was consistently faking out, failing to break out. And when it did have small breakouts, it failed to turn this key gap fill level right here at 469.50 into a support level. So when I noticed it consistently struggling, that was the time to consistently add into the put options. And you can see right here, it had another gap fill reversal. There was a new gap to fill at 469.52. As soon as it filled the gap, had a reversal, came crashing back down. And in terms of when is SPY going to fall off a cliff, once it breaks down out of its channel. So once it goes under this key level at 466.30, I told you SPY is going to get crushed, and it's really going to start to fill the gap right here at 458.79, which is exactly what it did. I locked in profits because I don't want to hold through the news that's coming out tomorrow. I don't like holding through news events. I don't like holding through earnings. I like getting in before. I don't like, coin costing this. I like trading price action. I don't like trading a random guess where even if good news comes out, the stock may not go up, or even if bad news comes out, stock may not go down, right? I don't like playing guessing games. I like being in control of the price action, right? So that was the play on SPY. It was a classic gap close reversal to fill the gap below. But using that strategy, consistent to make money over a decade now. Now, here's the deal for OCGN. Let's do a quick update on OCGN. Why do I think these are going to print, right? So these are the puts. Let me walk you through these. It's been a very, very nice journey so far. December 23rd, those are the puts that I got, and I went with the $5 strike. So right now, the spread's a little bit wide. It'll thin out, give it some time. The volume's picked up. Literally when I bought these, the volume was at like 50. Now it's at like 300 or something like that. But yeah, I bought these today on stream right here. The real-time alert was sent out at 10:52. So right here towards 34 cents. It went up all the way to 56 cents so far. Right now it's sitting at 46 cents. With that being said, what do I think of OCGN? Here's the deal. I think the bears are going to really try to step in for the micro for the short-term price action. Why is that? Your key support level, your gap fill reversal at 525 ended up cracking. So if that key level cracks, this is the gap fill reversal level with huge upside potential. Instead of having that huge upside potential move, it's going to have that huge downside move. And there's no support on the stock until the low fours, like towards the lower fours, even high threes. There's really no support. So it's going to be kind of a free fall. Just takes some time though due to the lack of volume. So with that being said, once I noticed that as of today, okay, it's gapping down, and it just turned 525 into resistance. And right around here towards 1050, when I see this, forming lower highs and it's at this key $5 level, I'm thinking to myself, it's time to get puts. There's no support into fours, so it's going to free fall. So it's like that same strategy, that same type of move where I explained to you guys on PROG. Remember on PROG, the key breakdown, the key move at 285. Well, if that reacts as a resistance level and it cracks, it's going to get crushed and go to your next support level. And your next support level wasn't until all the way down here towards this gap fill level at 212. So when you see those key support levels with huge upside potential crack and react as a resistance level, you buy the puts into that bearish confirmation of resistance. You short the stock and then you ride it back down to the next support level. Now, here's how I'm able to measure on how long this trade is expected to play out. So there's no support until low fours. So that's the target. Now, with that being said, look at the price action. This went from, in a couple days, this went from like 660 all the way down to 520. So it dropped $1.40. Then it shot up like $1.40 within a couple days, right? So in terms of its price action, this is on track to have a one-sided move from $1 to $1.40 from where it crashed, and it crashed at 530. So it's due for low fours. That's what it's due to. How long can it take? The chart says 3 to 4 days. That's how long it can take. Now, with that being said, do not chase my alerts. We got in on this play very, very early, and the contracts are much higher than I previously bought them. If you do want to get in on it, the best thing you can do is wait till 530. If it goes to 530, you see it fill this gap. There's a gap to fill at 530. You see that happen and it's pulling back, it's reacting as resistance, it's struggling. Buy the $5 strike puts, ride those out. Give yourself, in terms of the contracts, at least a week. Those will print. So that's my thoughts on OCGN. It looks bearish right now. As long as it maintains under 5, we're on track for low fours. If it breaks above 5 and holds, then it's going to go to 530. 530 is your new key level. For the bulls to step back in and take control, it needs to break out and hold above 530. Then it's on track for 6s. If it rips to 530, reacts as a resistance, it's still on track for lower 4s. I'm extremely short biased on the stock. I think we're headed towards low 4s. If it rips to 530, I see it as a gift, as long as it struggles and reacts as a resistance level, to buy and add more to the puts, right? So don't chase, my positions if you're not in the program. Don't chase the positions. I gave you the updated price action analysis for that one on what to do, right? I mean, I'm already up nearly 30% on it, so I don't want people chasing that. BAC, this was the play, as you could see within the chat room, and stay with me here because I'm going to share with you that upcoming stock that can explode at the end of this video. It's going to be my top play coming up. ESSC, this is the play where our analyst had alerted. His first alert was literally Boehner 120% profit return. You can see right here, I'm going to recap this trade for him real quick because he used the strategy taught within the program. I just spoke to him over the phone as well. He wants me to go over it for you guys. At 3:39 p.m., he ended up buying the BAC 46 strike call options, December 31st at 24 cents, right? And then he sold those today right here at 10:10 a.m. So I'm going to walk you through his entry. I'm going to walk you through his exit. So what value did he see in buying these? Well, let's look at the daily chart. So in terms of the daily chart, you can see there's a key gap fill level right here towards 43.84. And there's a lot of support right around here, right? So it's got this heavy support level towards this 43-ish level. And then he noticed this trend. Check this out. You see this red candlestick right here? See how the bulls try to step in towards the close and pop the stock back up? It starts to form that wick. And then the next day it explodes back up. Well, look, the same thing just happened. The stock gap down, it has that red day, and into the close, the bulls try to take some control, close in stronger, and then it explodes back up and it fills the gap. So it was basically a key support level, a gap close reversal to fill this gap above from a daily point of view. In terms of the call options, you guys are well aware, this is one we had several. One guy made over 12,800. Absolutely insane on that. December 31st, and he went with the 46 strike. He literally got in towards the exact bottom and literally got her out towards the exact top. Like it's unreal what he did with this. This is where he literally gets in, into the market close right around here at 24 cents. The next day it explodes up. They get to a high of 57 cents at 10:10 a.m. right here. Here's where he alerts it. He alerts the sell alert, and then you can see this big volume spike comes in. What is that? That's our students getting out. And then this just gets hammered, man. It goes all the way down to 37 cents, man. So it's a good thing he put them in at the right price and got them out at the right price. You could see BAC in terms of getting out, the time to get out is exactly what he did because it was that gap fill play. He noticed that there was a gap to fill above right here. And once it filled this gap at 44.52, that was the time to start locking in profits and then always look to re-enter, right? So he played it absolutely perfectly. He bought towards the gap close reversal support level. It spiked, the gap filled, and then he locked in profits. As simple as that. Similar to the strategy I used on SPY, just the inverse. It works both ways. Okay, this is our next big play. ESSC. So here's the pattern that I'm looking at, right? Stay with me. See how the stock just explodes up and then it goes from green to red, forming this nasty red candle closing weak towards the lows, right? What happens after that? It has a green day and then it explodes back up within some time. So here's what I'm looking at. The same thing just happened. The stock exploded up, it gaps up. Another big green day today. It went from green to red, having a massive red day closing weak at the lows. So if that history repeats itself, if it does, what is going to happen? We're going to see a green day tomorrow, and then within time, it's going to start to explode back up, right? And here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this gap fill right here. There's a gap to fill at 14. As of now, it's not reacting as a support level. But if we see this breakout above 14 and it starts reacting as a support level, it looks strong, there's some volume coming in, I'm going to be interested in buying the stock and buying the breakout. So with that being said, what call options would I buy? January 21st, and I would go with the 12.5 in the money strike. Very liquid, and the spread isn't too wide, especially for a stock like this that moves so crazily. And I believe these were just at like what, $12 or $13 when this hit like $26. Like the upside potential is real. Yeah, these were just at $13.41 today, and the floor was at $185. So with that being said, that is going to be one of the top stocks I am looking at. It needs to pick up. It needs to show signs of strength above 14. If I see it happen, I'm going to buy it. Look to ride it back up towards 16, lock in profits there. If you want to, hold it longer, then towards 18.40, look to lock in more there. So that's the plan on that. Wait for bullish confirmation at 14. If we get it, then I'll look to execute the trade. If I don't get it, then I'm on the sidelines. It's as simple as that. I got my price alert set on this one. Our next play, I like this one a lot as well. PTPI. This stock loves having gap close reversals and loves filling the gap. We called this out in our recent webinar when it shot up to $4 a share and filled this gap. We were playing for that gap fill play. I called that out, within the webinars. I didn't play it personally. But with that being said, see how there's a gap to fill right here? And then once it fills this gap, it bombs out and then it explodes back up to fill this gap. Well, the same thing can happen. There's a gap to fill right here at 270, which is now filled. So it can have a potential reversal, shoot back up to fill the gap at 398. This stock loves spiking. It loves filling all the gaps over time, right? So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for strength. I'm looking for support. I'm looking for bullish confirmations at 270. If we get it, I'll look to buy it. If not, then I'm going to wait a little bit lower. I'm going to wait towards like 230s. But the point being is this has some nice upside potential where it is on track to, fill this gap at 398. So that's another swing trade that I'm looking into. And these plays are going to take time. They're going to take like some time to spike. So just know they're on my radar right now. I'm waiting for bullish confirmations, not doing anything just yet. It's not like they're just going to rip and explode right away. You got to give them some time. You got to wait for the bullish confirmations. We don't get the bullish confirmations I look for, which is all taught within Trader Society. And we go over this real time within the chat room, within the live trading webinars, the educational webinars, every single day at Market Open, right? That's where we really go over everything and pull the trigger at the right times, right? But I wanted to put this on your radar for you. As for BBIG, the key for BBIG is it needs to turn 305 into support and break out very, very quickly. If it can't do it, it's on track to go back to fill the gap at 254. The bulls are still trying to hold this up, and it's performing a lot better than PROG, than PROG stock. So I like BBIG a lot more than PROG. No position right now, but this needs to break out and hold above 305 soon. If it can't do it, it's still on track for 254 within time, right? So these are choppy. They're going to take some time. As for PROG, we had a little spike today. I'm still extremely bearish on it. Not interested in doing anything with it at the moment. If it can rip to like 287 back to my initial entry, I would be interested in going short as long as it has a negative reaction. I have no interest in buying this stock as of now until it goes to $1.08. There's a gap to fill to $1.08. That's where I see it heading within the next 1 to 3 months, within the next 2 to 3 months. I'll have to make a separate video on that. CNTX, this is another stock. So I bought this one in the 530s, added on the dip at 520s, and then I locked in profits on the same day in the 6s and in the high 5s. It's a good thing I did that because, as you can see, there was much more downside potential than upside potential. With that being said, this is due for a reversal. It's due for a gap fill play. So I'm keeping my eyes closely on this one. I'm looking for some sort of bottom confirmation. It's very hard to do when it's pushing for new all-time lows, but just know it's due for some sort of spike to fill the gap at 415, possibly even 538. So this is on my radar as well. So notice how the stocks I'm buying, oversold points right now that have a strong history of filling the gaps, that have a strong history of spiking, right? So CNTX is due for a spike. It's something on my radar right now. Things pick up, I'll look to buy it. CYN formed a very, very strong candle today. Look at where it bottomed at. The gap fill level. The gap fill level on CYN was literally at 527. It hits the gap fill level 2 days in a row and it explodes up. It's looking very bullish at the moment. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It does have potential to going back to 680s, but definitely not like this best amazing play. Something I just wanted to point out though with the gap close reversal strategy, see how whenever it consistently fills those gaps, it shoots back up. So that's a really good stock to keep on your radar as well. And then Lucid. Lucid is looking very bullish at the moment. This has potential to fill the gap at 44.72, something I'm just watching for now. If we could see some support start to form, I'm looking for a pullback and some support start to form at $40 a share, then I would be interested in buying this for the short term, riding it back up towards the gap fill play at 45. So guys, that has been the video lesson. Make sure if you enjoyed it to smash the like button. I will see you guys in the next one. And I'm also doing a webinar tonight at 8 p.m. where I'm going to be breaking down your stocks. I'm going to be creating a nightly watch list. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys within the next video.